Hello and welcome to Minds and Money TV. Today we are thrilled to have joined with us the Executive Chairman of Arcadia Minerals, Mr. Jurie Wessels. Welcome, Jurie.
Well, good morning. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for joining us. Would you like to start by telling us a little bit about Arcadia Minerals, just to give us a short introduction?
Yeah, sure. Arcadia is a ASX-listed exploration company, mostly focused on battery metals, and also of which most of those projects are lithium focused. We also have a cash generator in formation. That's a tantalum project that lies over a pegmatite area in southern Namibia, which is also the focus of further exploration for pegmatites, lithium-bearing pegmatites. And then as far as the exploration goes, we have as I mentioned, the lithium-focused exploration projects, which consists of all the features of lithium, geologically speaking, that one could search for. Pegmatites, as I mentioned, also brines and also clays. We have a significant resource already on the clays. We have 328,000 tons of lithium carbonate equivalent, which is about it's sufficient to power about 5.5 million electric vehicles. And we will be progressing to a PEA on that very shortly. And then from the early stage exploration point of view, we also have a copper gold project, and then also a nickel and PGE project that we wish to progress further as well.
Plenty going on, Jurie.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Exciting. So you did recently announce that you've discovered the lithium-in-brines in the Bitterwasser Basin. What are your plans with exploring this project, and what is the potential of this project?
Well, this project lies in a basin that is called the Bitterwasser Basin, which means brackish water, which of course is a requirement for brines. In that same area is the lithium-in-clays. And what we've established over the last 6 or 7 years is that it conforms with all the first order requirements of being a lithium-bearing basin. We have also then progressed the project area towards the development of the clays, which I've already mentioned. But now the biggest question mark that we have over that area is that we've discovered a 42 kilometer by 7 kilometer geophysical anomaly. We've drilled that not to make a discovery, but to determine the stratigraphy over that project area. And in the upper ends of the brines that we encountered, which is about 70 to 80 meters deep, we've discovered lithium in the brines at about 30 ppm, which is significant. Now our next steps are to continue exploring that. So that's a very exciting development for us. It not only confirms the presence of lithium in that entire Bitterwasser Basin, but it also holds the prospect of us making a major discovery, which would be unequal in Africa.
Amazing. And what are the intentions around progressing this particular discovery, I guess, if you like, Jurie?
So what we'll do is we'll do some sonic drilling. That's a very specialized form of drilling to make sure that one doesn't disturb the mineralization as you go to depth. We go to the basin depth, which we have estimated to be about 150 meters, and then do specialized testing at various levels in the brines to determine the lithium grade and other mineralization as well. And then together with the pump rates that we expect to be fairly significant due to the matrix that this brine is lying in, we would be able to possibly determine a mineral resource, an early mineral resource, purely by virtue of testing it with the drilling holes that we've done.
Brilliant.
That we expect to do.
Yeah, some exciting things to come at the Bitterwasser project for sure. So Turning our attention then, I guess, to the Swanson Tantalum project. You have, I believe, an 8-year life of mine for that project. When do you expect
Correct.
this to be in production?
Well, first I can just talk about the feasibility. It's as you mentioned, 8-year life of mine. We expect to have about a $14 million Aussie capex, about 3 years payback. It's got an IRR post-tax of about 25%, which is very competitive. It's got an EBITDA of about $50 million over that time period, and it would yield a free cash flow of approximately $6.5 million per year. So that's after tax, after everything else been paid. The cash generated from this project would be about $6 to $7 million per year. That is significant for a company, exploration company, because that, of course, fulfills all the requirements that one would have to continue exploration. We've also financed it already. We have concluded an agreement with a company called Hebe Construction, who has to put it into a steady state of production over a period of 3 months, spending that $14 million. And then in return for that, they would get a 38% interest in the project company, and the rest would then, of course, belong to Arcadia and its other shareholders. So the prospects for us is quite significant in that respect. And just something else about that area, it's got several other pegmatites in that area that would also be the focus of exploration.
Okay, sure. Which brings me nicely to my next question, actually, Jurie. Nearby to the Swanson project, and you did mention this, you have more than 200 LCT, which is lithium, cesium, and the tantalum pegmatites outside of that area. And you have the license to explore. What are your plans in exploring that ground?
Well, that ground would be feeding the further life of mine on the Swanson project. And by the way, the 8-year life of mine is only over the open cast portion of the pegmatites that comes out of the same environment as the 200 underexplored or unexplored pegmatites that we'll be focusing on. So we will focus on exploring all the other pegmatites over those two license areas, prospecting license areas, in the hope that would then feed, and in the expectation that would then enhance or enlarge the life of mine of the Swanson project, and then also be value accretive, obviously. But not only from a tantalum point of view, we believe that there are many of these pegmatites that are mostly focused on, could be focused on lithium and only, as these things tend to change. Yeah, we're quite excited about doing exploration in that area as well from a lithium hard rock point of view.
Absolutely. Lots of things to get excited about there, Jurie. You also hold ground for early stage exploration for nickel, PGEs, copper, and gold. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yes, absolutely. As far as the nickel projects are concerned, or the project area is concerned, it happens to be in the same area as the 200 pegmatites that I've mentioned, except that it's in a mafic intrusive area. There's been historical results that excites us. 16 meters at 0.65% nickel and 0.16% copper on basically just wildcat drilling. It wasn't very organized in the early 70s. And then we went on and we further analyzed some of that historical core, and we got to over a percentage on nickel equivalent values, 0.28% copper, 0.71% nickel, and 0.84 grams a ton palladium, and some platinum credits as well, which is over widths of up to 27 meters. And we will be exploring that much further and hope to make a discovery in that regard as well. Over The copper and gold prospects, that's to a license and a license further to the north. There we have a 25-kilometer structural feature. We've made recent progress on that project by intersecting some significant widths of mineralization. Although the widths were not economic, in our opinion, although 1.35% copper, it was only over 4 meters from surface, and we believe that once we continue exploring in that area, we still have about 23 kilometers of that structural feature left, which lies in a fertile belt, which consists of the Navajo gold and copper mine, and then also another company called Osino Resources, who is developing the Twin Hills deposit in the same geological area. So we have some high hopes of making a discovery there as well, and that we will be progressing that too.
Brilliant. Well, I think you've covered off on a lot of things which should get investors and shareholders very excited about what's going on for Arcadia Minerals. But I've got a challenge for you, I guess, because there is a lot to cover off on. But in a sentence, if that's possible at all, what do you think makes your company such a compelling investment?
It's transformational exploration projects with massive potential, driven by a cash generative enterprise in the form of Swanson.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Now, there's so much going on in this space, supplying battery minerals, etc. at the moment, particularly. What sets your mining company apart from others in this space?
Well, I think it's the fact that we have a potential cash generator. Firstly, not many other exploration companies do have that. And then secondly, it's the width of exploration projects that we have at various stages of development, from early stage greenfields exploration to advanced projects such as the Bitterwasser Clay project, and then also the lithium cesium tantalum pegmatite area, which has proven to be fertile, which we've developed towards the Swanson project. So that maybe differentiates us a bit from others, although I'm sure all my peers and colleagues would claim very similar credentials.
Oh, that's fantastic. Jurie, thank you so much for providing such amazing insights and information regarding the current projects, the updates, and the exciting things that you're working on at Arcadia Minerals. We look forward to hearing much more from you as the exploration and production ramps up. And thank you for your time today and for joining us on Mines and Money TV.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Welcome to Resourcing Tomorrow, accelerating the energy transition. This event brings together the entire mining value chain, including mining and energy companies, investors, government delegates, multinational operators, educators, solution providers, and more, to learn, network, and form valuable business relationships. Today, we are proud to welcome more than 175 mining companies, 250 plus expert speakers, including C-level executives from 40 of the world's largest mining companies from over 100 countries. Australia, Canada, Chad, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, the United Kingdom, and the United States will be delivering ministerial keynotes. We would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all and wish you a successful event. Make sure you log into Traxys Resourcing Tomorrow Connect meeting platform to search and schedule meetings. Enjoy the 18 hours of networking, including the daily networking receptions. During the 3 days, the Resourcing Tomorrow Plenary Theatre, the Reimagining Mining Theatre, and the Mines and Money at Resourcing Tomorrow Investment Theatre will provide action-packed takeaways, insightful discussions, and keynote presentations from top industry executives on a range of challenges and opportunities facing our sector today, including the energy transition, decarbonisation, ESG, critical minerals, the circular economy, environmental resilience, technology and innovation, capital raising and mining investment, Finally, thank you to our supporters, our partners, sponsors and exhibitors, speakers and attendees, without whom this event would not be possible. Together, we can shape the future of the minerals sector.